Okay, y'all. Let's get into this. So, first of all, let's just get this out of the way. Let's like, subscribe, and share on all videos that I post. I will always repeat that at the start of my videos, but let's not get into that. You're here to hear about my review, post-fight review, after a good, I think it's been 48 hours. After a good 48 hours, we got the results. Vergil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin. It is a second round stoppage. And we want to know about the post-fight shenanigans. Yes, the post-fight shenanigans that came up. But before we get to the post-fight shenanigans and everything that came through, I just want to talk about the results in the fight. Now, I had said this before, and I was very clear on this. If Jaron, I said Jaron Ennis. I'm so sorry, guys. If Erickson Lubin did not have the legs of a spry fighter, he was going to have a difficult time, and it was going to be a quick night. I told you guys it could end anywhere between 2 to 3 rounds for Lubin if his legs weren't active. Actually, I want to show you guys something. This right here, the rope-a-dope, is actually a sign of a fighter who's trying to get their legs back and use the ropes as leverage. A fighter that doesn't want to sit in the pocket in the square circle. So Lubin's game plan, if you guys had watched him, not his last fight, but the previous fight, he used the ropes to his benefit, to take breaks and to kind of reset during the action and to bounce off of the ropes to create some type of offense. This is the sign of a fighter that's been through a little bit too much, and when they go through too much, they use the ropes as a break. The legs can't hold up. And that's just a sign of, it's an accumulation of things. It could be the sign of a bad training camp, not being able to really make the weight comfortably anymore. Most of the times, it's a sign of a battle-tested fighter who's just been a warrior for far too long. Now, this is what everybody wants to know about, right? Now, although Erickson Lubin, he has nothing to be ashamed of. Although Erickson Lubin did lose, everybody was really looking forward to what we're looking at here. Jaron Ennis, Vergil Ortiz. Now, the bull crap has already started, y'all, because if I'm Vergil Ortiz, right? Let's say I'm Vergil, and Jaron's facing off with me, and you come to my hometown, you interrupt my welcome home party, and you say you're going to make me pay for everything, it's incentive for us to get this thing crackulating, get this thing going, get this fight made, because you're not going to pull my card in front of my hometown. Now, I just don't like the energy that Vergil displayed in the ring. Somebody says they want to fight. The past does not matter. And a lot of people forget that Vergil Ortiz vowed to never fight Jaron Ennis or do business with him. After what seemed to be failed negotiations, I have insider information. I'm not going to make any excuses for anybody, and that's not what I'm here to do. I'm just here to relay the news. So, speaking of news, everybody got excited with the face-off. Jaron Ennis did this, said it was time. Vergil Ortiz said, listen, you ain't betting nothing, and I don't want to take your money. So we're all hype, and we want to see this fight. And this is what we get. 12 hours later, this guy right here is Vergil Ortiz's business manager. I don't want to pronounce his name wrong. Chris Magini. He has made some very interesting statements. Listen to this, guys. Don't send shit our way unless it has 7 zeros on it, or it won't get booked at all. Hold on. Here goes a little something else. I think Ortiz versus Spence at Cowboy Stadium, the biggest Texas matchup in history, in quotes, and Charlo versus Boots as a co-main, and the winners fight each other, just might be fire. Makes sense. Charlo and Boots both turned down Ortiz. I then got this one from Twitter, which was a screenshot of the Instagram page. And it says, remember, I'm not here to be liked by any of you mother blankers.
I'm here to get my fighters and their teams the biggest checks, the biggest deals, the biggest fights, and help them after boxing. Enjoy it also. Flip the bird, and then he reiterates, and I do it well. So now we back to the nonsense. And this is what annoys me with the sport of boxing. Does this not sound familiar? I feel like we've went through a saga like this before. It just sounds so familiar. Oh yes, Spence and Crawford. Sounds like the Spence and Crawford thing. Now, with this whole thing with Errol Spence being there, I don't know if you guys know, but Errol Spence made an appearance.
And of course, the quote unquote truth, the big fish, pause, was there, and everybody was excited to see him. Of course, he's at home. He's showing up to Vergil's fight. Earl has yet to make an official announcement on whether he's going to be boxing again, when he's going to come back, whether he's going to make his debut at 154. We don't know if he's going to be at 60, which is what I actually predicted way before I started the channel. I didn't think he was going to be at 54. I thought there was nothing really there for him. But now this Vergil joint is on the table, and the so-called manager, let's go back, who made this statement right here, has let it be known that 10 milli is what he wants for his client. And don't get me wrong, it's a manager's job to make sure that his client does get paid adequately and what they're worth. But if we're being honest, the fight that the fans want, right, which is Vergil Ortiz versus Jaron Boots Ennis, that's not a $20 million fight. Jaron Boots Ennis, and I'm not gonna put all the blame on Vergil. We're just gonna talk about what Vergil's team is talking about right here. But Jaron Boots Ennis also told Eddie Hearn, y'all better back out the Brinks truck. And to be honest, this is not a $20 million purse. This is not a pot worth that. Neither fighter, in my opinion, has built themselves up to get that type of payday yet. But we're focused on Vergil right now. And from what everybody's been saying is, the way it's looking, is like their team wants to pivot to something else. I'm just basing it off of what management says. Listen, we know what Earl does box office wise and what he does when it comes to bringing fans in. So it confuses us on why this fight was even brought up. Like, it kind of makes my guys like Jamil from YSM Media, Greg Hackett, it makes them look like they're vindicated. Stephen Bregman, it makes them look like they're vindicated because they've always said that, hey, we don't think Vergil really wants that fight. Or maybe he wants to fight, but we don't think his management wants to fight. They want to move it in a different direction. Robert Garcia had also stated that he doesn't think that the fight is going to be made next. So I'm not too sure what's going to go down in the future. And I feel like this is what annoys me and a lot of the boxing purists and a lot of the people in the boxing world who have invested a lot of time, energy, money, tears, blood, sweat, whatever you want to call it, into the sport. We ask for something and we're told we don't know about what we want. We don't know what's good for us. Instead of giving us water, you give us urine to drink. And a lot of fans are frustrated. And this is why there's terms like Fire Stick Boys. And there's terms like Streaming Boys. Or whatever you want to go talk. Because guess what? We just tired of the BS. Why not make the fight and look in the future now? Hey, rematch clauses can be made to build up for a good fight if it is that good. If there's a split, rubber matches. But it just seems like they don't care about us boxing fans like that. I might do a part 2 to this one, especially when it comes to the Jaron Boots Ennis side. Make sure you guys share this with all your peoples, your baby mamas, your side chicks, your wife, your husband, your side dude, your granny, your mama, your grandpa, your father, brother, and sister. I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side.